Good morning. Welcome back to the Vitality Project. I'm Dr. Bob. Yesterday, I shared with you a story. It's one that's very deeply personal to me. It has to do with my own recovery from severe addiction. And in it, I shared with you an experience, really the first in my life, of feeling truly liberated, tasting true freedom from, as I understand it, any expectations, all expectations of any certain outcome. I felt like I was compelled in this moment during this time to surrender, as a beginning at least, to surrender into the loss of everything that had previously felt familiar to me. As I shared with you yesterday, I sat there on that hospital bed reflecting on the incredible darkness, the depths that my life had led me to, and how I had crossed over into what in my worst nightmare could not have been imaginable. It really was a no man's land of epic proportion for me. And ironically, surprisingly, paradoxically, right amidst that level of darkness, I realized that there was freedom. It's led me to wonder these last 10 years since that experience, if there's something in this kind of experience, as I understand it, where all of our personal boundaries, all of our expectations, everything between what we know and then what lies out there in front of us in terms of the unknown, that once those are all crushed, destroyed, removed, this is what we talk about as hitting bottom, that there's something about this experience that has the potential, at least, for ushering in something as unique as what I described to you yesterday, something as pivotal in terms of a personal realization that has been a turning point for my life pre and post. The way I think about that turning point is that all I'd ever done was in need of being let go. And in its place, I was going to need to surrender to, for the first time, for once and all, surrender to not doing anything, but simply being. Now, I know this risks sounding trite. Probably sounds like one of those motivational posters that you've read, and I don't intend that at all. It's born out of tremendous darkness and suffering. It might sound trite, or it might even sound obtuse, like, just like, what the heck is he talking about? But I want to tell you this. When I ask those that I work with for their firsthand experience as individuals who themselves have known hitting bottom, and everyone I work with, virtually everyone I work with, is in early recovery from having hit bottom, severe addiction to substance, with all of the wreckage that follows on that. When I ask these individuals if they can relate to this experience that I've just shared with you, I know it's easily 2/3 of them will raise their hands and voice complete recognition of my story as it manifested in their lives in its own form. There appears to be something about surrendering the outcome in the ways that I've been talking about here, and the ways of the TED Talk to which we're referring throughout this series. There seems to be something about surrendering the outcome that goes hand in hand with sincere recovery. And all I can say to that is thank goodness. So we're talking about surrendering, about letting go into things that are beyond our capacity to control. I want to come back the next couple of posts and tie in what we're talking about to our current circumstances right now with the coronavirus pandemic. I wish you well between now and our next conversation. Stay safe, be well, and I'll see you tomorrow.